What's up, boys and girls? Corey James coming to you with another video. Let's get to it. So today I wanted to explore a fun topic, the conspiracy theory. Those stories where the news or the government tells a story, tells an event, and they want to immediately contradict it. They immediately want to find the lies and what's really going on. That being said, there are those rare occasions where the conspiracy theory turns out to be true. The conspiracy theorist turns out to be vindicated and 100% right. And that's the topic I wanted to focus on today. Stick around until the very end because I'm going to have a bonus one for you. Now, this isn't necessarily a conspiracy theory that's turned out to be true, but it is definitely one of the more popular conspiracy theories, and it's one that you can actually participate in yourself. It's actually kind of interesting and fun, so stick around to the end to find out what that is. So starting off our list at number 5, the heart attack gun. One of the biggest conspiracy theories out there, one that the conspiracy theorists love, is when a prominent figure or celebrity dies, maybe, at a young age or just suddenly out of the blue, they want to say it was a government assassination. They do that with Marilyn Monroe and Prince and Elvis, Michael Jackson, Princess Diana, and all these other figures out there. And a lot of times, I'm sorry to say, shit just happens. Life just happens, and unfortunately, young people die. That being said, in this case, there is some truth to this conspiracy theory. So back in the 1960s, the CIA developed an actual gun that shot small poison pellets at the target. And when these poison pellets hit the target, they were quickly absorbed into the bloodstream, and the poison mimicked that of an actual heart attack. Obviously, hence we get the name heart attack gun. Now, the only evidence that would exist on the body would be a small red dot on the outer layer of skin. There would be no traces of this poison during the autopsy, and the only thing the victim would even feel would be a slight pinch when that pellet hit them, and it almost mimicked that of a bug bite. Now, as to whether or not this gun was actually used by the CIA, we don't really know. But we absolutely know that it was developed, it was tested, and it was proven to be 100% effective. So you have to think that, of course, they did use it. I'm not saying they used it on Marilyn Monroe and Elvis and all them, but it does raise questions. It does give a tiny bit of credence to the fact that the government can do these things. So I thought this was a fascinating one to start out with number 5 because it's not too crazy, and again, it's true. Coming in at number 4, we have Operation Ajax. One of the more prevalent conspiracy theories that are out there is that our CIA, our secret government, conducts secret wars to overthrow democratically elected governments and to, reshape these countries so that it benefits them. Crazy, right? Well, turns out this actually did happen. Operation Ajax took place in 1953, and it was a joint effort between the US and the UK to secretly orchestrate an Iranian coup to overthrow Iran's first ever democratically elected official, Mohammad Mosaddegh. Revealed back in 2013, thanks to a Freedom of Information request, it was shown that Prime Minister Mosaddegh at the time was just really pushing tensions between Iran and the West, making some decisions we really didn't agree with, and more importantly, he was growing closer to the Soviet Union. And the West was fearing that Iran was going to join the Soviet Union in the Cold War. So, to counteract that, spies for the West secretly orchestrated several protests all over Iran. And these protests sometimes became, a little violent. They got a little out of hand, and nearly 300 innocent civilian lives were lost during these protests. But the plan worked, and Prime Minister Mosaddegh was overthrown. Number 3, Operation Northwood. Another popular conspiracy theory that we hear a lot about is what's known as a false flag operation. Basically, the government stages a terrorist attack so that popular vote will push us into a war with another country. An example of this that the conspiracy theorists always talk about is the events that took place on 9/11. They also say that the events that took place during Pearl Harbor, both of these were false flag operations planned by our government. To me, that's a little ludicrous. I don't believe that our government is actually going to kill American citizens just to go to war with another country. That being said, there is some credence to this conspiracy theory. Operation Northwood took place back in 1962. military personnel approached the CIA and asked them to come up with a series of terrorist attacks that would take place in America and that they could blame on Cuba so that it would push popular vote for America to go to war with Cuba, which is actually what the government wanted at that time. So the CIA came up with these plans, and these plans involved only military personnel and drones and other things like that. No American citizens were going to be put in harm's way during these events. So these plans were drafted up and presented to President John F. Kennedy. John F. Kennedy said, absolutely not. I am not doing this. We're not going to war with Cuba. And the plans were squashed. I don't know if you want to call it coincidence or conspiracy theory, but he was assassinated the following year. Number 2, MK Ultra. So a conspiracy theory that we hear a lot about is when a certain assassination takes place, they want to say the assassin themselves was the product of government mind control. An example of this is Lee Harvey Oswald and the assassination of President John F. Kennedy. When he was arrested, he kept saying that he didn't know why he was being arrested. He didn't know what was going on. If there was a lawyer out there, please come help him. And it's because he doesn't remember. He was mind controlled into doing this and immediately forgot the events after they were over. Crazy, right? Well, not really. Operation MK Ultra, definitely one of the more darker moments in our government's history, took place from 1953 until 1973, and finally revealed in 1975 during a congressional hearing into basically illegal CIA activity. And when they looked into Operation MK Ultra, they found that the CIA was testing LSD for its potential in mind control, information gathering, and psychological torture. But they were testing it on unknowing U.S. citizens. College students, prisoners, hospital patients, and other U.S. citizens were being illegally and unknowingly dosed with LSD and then experimented on by the CIA. And now the moment you've all been waiting for, the number one conspiracy that turned out to be true. Poisoned alcohol leads to American deaths. So for years, conspiracy theorists have speculated that the United States government poisons water, alcohol, and other substances meant for human consumption as basically a war tactic, a way to control population or eliminate a target. Crazy, right? Well, not really. So back during Prohibition, the 18th Amendment from 1920 until 1933 made the consumption and sale of alcohol illegal. Of course, being Americans, we didn't let that stop us. We then went underground and started bootlegging. To counteract this, the United States government started to add poisonous chemicals to alcohol to basically discourage Americans from drinking. This practice was called denaturing. Basically, the government would add methyl alcohol, which is basically wood alcohol, to grain alcohol, and this would create a poisonous substance and basically kill somebody if they drank it. By the end of Prohibition, 1933, some 10,000 American deaths were linked to this practice. Bonus time! First, if you stayed till the end of this video, thank you very much. Sincerely, I very much appreciate it, and I very much hope you enjoyed the video. But now let's get to that bonus conspiracy theory I was telling you about. Now again, remember, this isn't one that's been proven true, but again, it involves one of the more popular conspiracy theories, the Illuminati. For those of you who don't know, real quick, the Illuminati, conspiracy theorists say it is the organization in the background that basically pulls the strings for America. It controls everything and anything we do, and it's a very, very dark organization. So to kind of add wood to the flames, if you go into your web browser and you type in www. and then Illuminati backwards, that's ITANIMULLI.com, you will be immediately redirected to the homepage of the NSA, the National Security Agency, our government's basically spying agency. I mean, that's kind of trippy when you look at it. What are the odds of that? So that concludes our lesson for today, boys and girls. I really hope you enjoyed the video. But more important, I really hope I can bring you more videos, more in-depth, more interesting, entertaining videos. If you liked what you saw, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, leave me some comments, let me know what I did well, what I could do better. And you know what, man, I really hope to see you guys again. Until the next time, I'm Corey James. You guys take it easy.